You are welcome to another edition of Insightful and Inspired Moment. I have titled this, Understanding the Mistakes That You Must Not Make. Understanding the Mistakes That You Must Not Make, Part 1. I welcome you to 2023. Before now, 2023 had been our prayer point and what everybody has been looking towards. But God has helped us in His awesomeness, and He has brought 2023 into our domain, into our reality, into our perspective, into our life in general. Therefore, as you journey this year, you must understand the mistakes that you must not make. Understanding the mistakes that you must not make. Never forget, mistake is a continuous process. Nobody can outgrow his or her mistakes. There's nobody in life who can tell you that, no, I'm above mistake. Mistake is a part of humanity, is a part of our exercise in life. If I may ask you, at what age or level do you think you can't make any mistake again in life? Even at the highest point of your preparation and consciousness, there's always a mistake at the corner, because it's the part of the condiments that make life function and interesting. I think the only place where mistake doesn't function is in the grave. When somebody dies, then it's free from making a mistake. And more so, you must understand that everybody you see on the face of the earth, including you listening to me, is a work in progress. Yes. Whether it's a male or a female, whether it's a child, whether it's white, whether it's black, everybody you see on the planet earth is a work in progress. And that is more reason I tell people when I have opportunity to speak to them that in discussing other people's mistake in a mockery way is a mistake on its own. I take that again. In discussing other people's mistakes in a mockery way is a mistake on its own, because the best gift you can give to that person is to call that person in love and correct the person, rather than gathering people in their numbers and making jest of that person. That is foolishness from the highest order. And when you see or you think that the person cannot contain your truth and your correction, the best respect you can give to that person at that point is called silence, and never discuss it with anybody. That is strength, that is good character, and that is maturity. And when you bring all of this together in an understandable format, then you will realize that minimizing your mistake will help you to achieve more better than before. Because your mistake is like an expenditure, and you know what that means in finance. And one of the principles in finance to gain a financial freedom is to minimize your expenditure and increase your income. And if you fail to do that in finance, then you will be determinedly, sincerely, and extremely poor. The same thing is applicable to your mistakes. Whenever they are not minimized, they will orchestrate your frustrations, slavery, and devalue your personality. Because most of the mistakes, they are irreversible, and it's so crucial for you to minimize and understand those ones that you shouldn't make at all. And because of time, let's quickly dive into those points. Number one mistake that you must not make in your life: do not take God for granted. Do not take God for granted. Why? Number one reason you shouldn't take God for granted is because He's the determinant factor of your highest level and your lowest level in life. Psalm 75 verse 7 says, "It is God who judges. He brings one down and He exalts another." That implies that irrespective of your stage and your level in life, there's a place ahead of you and there's a place beneath of you. So when you don't take God for granted, He takes you up. Whenever you take God for granted, He brings you down. And when you get to the basement of life, you will understand that life is not about you. Everything in life is about God. So reference God. Do not take God for granted as you journey in your life. It's so crucial to remember this at all times. The second reason you shouldn't take God for granted is because God is the determinant factor of your life and your death. God is the determinant factor of your life and your death. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 6. The Bible says, "The Lord brings death and makes alive. He brings to the grave and raises up." That means that seed of life and the seed of death residence in everybody you see on the planet of earth, and God is the regulator and in charge of this. Whenever you take God for granted, God makes the seed of death to be active in your life. You may not die physically, but you will die to opportunities, achievements, and success. So what is the value and your joy in life when you live without making impact, without being successful, and without fulfilling life? That is what is called laborious. God is capable of doing all of this. That is more reason you must not take him for granted as you journey in life. The third reason you shouldn't take God for granted: he is the one that is capable to honor you and to make you valuable in life. It is one that is capable to honor you and to make you valuable in life. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 36 says, "Far be it from me, those who honor me I will honor, but those who despise me I will disdain." So when you want God to honor you and to make your voice to be heard, never, I say, never take him for granted. In any way, never take him for granted, because he's capable to make you what he wants you to be. So cherish him, reference him in all you do. The fourth reason you shouldn't take God for granted: he determines your fruitfulness and your productivity in life. God determines your fruitfulness and your productivities in life. In the book of Leviticus chapter 26 verse 9, the Bible says, "I will look on you with favor and make you fruitful and increase your number, and I will keep my covenant with you." That means that the level of your fruitfulness and productivity in life is determined on how you reference him. So when you reference him, God is capable of making you fruitful in all you do and making you productive in your field. But when you take him for granted, it will look as if it's somebody somewhere that is orchestrating your unfruitfulness and unproductivity, not knowing that it's God himself that is in out of it. It's God in himself that is responsible for it. I think at this point I should let you know that nothing moves in life except God moves them. Nothing happens in life except God permits them. Then this should bet an understanding in you that being fruitful and being productive in life is not 100% of your labor, is not 100% of your energy, is not 100% of your creativity. It is only God who brings increase. Whatever God does not approve remain undone. That is the cogent reason you should reference it, not to take him for granted. Because of our time, let me leave you with the fifth reason why you shouldn't take God for granted. Because God determines your ability to create wealth. God determines your ability to create wealth. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18a, Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18a, the Bible says, "Remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you ability to produce wealth." It is he who gives you ability to produce wealth. So irrespective of your level, either your creativity or intellect, or how loaded you may be in terms of information, if you take God for granted, everything you think you know will be useless. Everything you think that is responsible for you to create wealth, even to take you to the top in life, will be useless, because it is God who gives you that ability. And if God that gives you that ability is being taken for granted, imagine how your life will be. This is a major paradigm shift for you. If you really want to be successful and you want to get to the mountaintop in life, there must be a collaboration between you and your God. That is what it is. In conclusion, I want you to know and realize that whatever you think you are doing for God is for your balance. Yes, that's the truth. Whatever you think you are doing for God is for your balance, because God does not need any man's equilibrium to feel comfortable. There is nothing you can do to make God more comfortable. God has been comfortable even before you were created. So everything you are giving unto him is for your good. Let it be at the back of your mind. So when you are doing good, you are doing good for yourself. That's why the Bible says, he who does good, he does it for himself. So everything you are doing is for your good. As you journey in 2023, have it at the back of your mind that everything you are doing for God is for your balance. I remain your host, Oluwarantimi Olayinka. I will see you at the other part of this series. Don't go yet. Wait for our official.
Wow! I hope you had a wonderful and awesome moment. If these resources have been helpful and a blessing to you, you can write us at livingspringmediaforyou@gmail.com. You can also leave a message behind on our WhatsApp number +234 802 403 0984. Be strong as you navigate your way to the top.